Hi, it's Chris Watkin here. Welcome to part 2 of a 9-part series on a book that John Paul, has written about how to be a great estate agent and letting agent using his book Agency RoadMap. He came down here from Grantham, and I decided that let's give the book away for free and go through all the content so you don't have to buy the book. Right, JP. The second section, part 2, is about recruitment. Where can estate agents get better when it comes to recruitment in lettings and estate agency? Talk to me.
So the main issue with people recruiting is that, well, two issues, is they don't have a set process.
Okay.
They panic when they've got a hole in the business.
Yes, they do.
And they say, right, do you like property? You've got 10 seconds worth of agency experience. You're hired. Come and join.
Yes.
So that's the first thing, they panic. And the second thing is they recruit based on the CV, capability and competency, right? Which is wrong. And by the way, it's not binary. It's not you either recruit on that or values. But certainly they need to have the values of your business first. And if they're capable and competent, then that is an actual bonus.
Do you think too many people recruit on the fact that someone can list well?
Without a shadow of a doubt, absolutely. But the thing is, you need to have somebody with the same values, because they will walk over broken glass, haul themselves over hot coals. Okay. It's the people you need to work with.
Surely if you're waiting for someone to hand their notice in, you're only going for a limited amount of pool of people. How do you attract people that? I mean, I often find with recruitment, the best people are the ones that are not looking. How do you find those people?
Well, it will always be recruiting. So we are always recruiting for managers, portfolio managers, sales.
What, you're actually putting adverts out?
24/7, 365, whether we need them or not.
Where do those adverts go then?
They go on all the job sites, go on Facebook. We're talking to our current staff to see if they've come from other businesses.
Do you incentivise your staff?
Absolutely, yeah. They get a nice little check if they put forward somebody who we recruit and they last their probation period.
Okay, and what else would you say to someone, in terms of how you interview someone when you do come across them, whether you've got a job or not?
Well, what we're very good at, or I say Adele, my MD, is very, very good at, is having a scorecard. So she's got set questions, depending on what job role it is.
Very methodical, if you don't mind me saying.
It has to be. Your staff are your business.
Do you tell the people that there is a job or not when they come for an interview?
All right. If there's a job interview, if there's an actual job, we get them in. If there's not a job, we just phone them up and have a telephone interview, because we don't want to waste their time. But we are very open and honest and say, right, there isn't one now, but your CV intrigued me. Can we have a 10, 15-minute call? And what it is it's building up the relationships. It's a little bit like prospecting. The whole idea is not to get the business on the next call. It's just to build up that relationship. So you might be 4, 5, 6 calls down the line. That's when you can do business, and it's the same with us.
Now, with regard to the interview itself, is that structured? Is there a script there, or is it just nice and free and easy?
It's not a script, but there is set questions what we need to ask depending on the job role. We want to extract their values from them, because we want to make sure that their values are aligned with ours. So the set questions that we can ask there, and then from then on, it's just a case of we score each answer. Because at the end of the day, if you've got 2 or 3 days of heavy recruiting or heavy interviewing, you want to be able to set time aside and balance up. Did they get a 20 when they were 21, or rather than, I remember that person because they stood out because they had pink hair and they seemed really nice.
One thing that always winds me up when I used to go for job interviews is that the boss used to spend half an hour talking about his firm. What's your thoughts on that?
80-20 rule. You do need to sell the firm to them, and you do need to say, this is what we expect of you, and this is how we operate, and this is how we work. Because what you don't want to, you've got to look at the bottlenecks in your business. You've got to look at the reasons people don't last, and the people that walk out after a day, a week, a month, or whatever it is.
And what would you say to people, who wait for a job offer but then use that as a leverage tool on their existing?
Unfortunately, that's just the way of life, and we do get that. So you've just got to chalk it up to experience and move on. But we do say, right at the beginning, we simply say, are you leaving your job? Is this something you're going to do? Or are you just going to use us to leverage to get more money? And we just be blunt and upfront with them.
That's quite refreshing. What answers do you normally get there?
What answer we always get is, no, I want to leave. Okay. But then sometimes they do actually say, no, I've decided, they've given me an offer that I couldn't refuse.
And what would you do with that person if they basically dissed you?
We'd never interview them again. They go
do you tell them that?
Absolutely, 100%, yeah.
On a phone call when they come back and say, we'll never give you a job.
They've lied. So we out and out ask them, would you come and, are you using us?
That's quite blunt, if you don't mind me saying.
There's no other way to be.
No, there isn't.
Well, they lied to us, so for straight away their values aren't aligned with us.
So you just said to them, what are you going to do if your boss comes back and offers you £5,000 more?
Are you wanting to leave? Are you unhappy? We normally get, I'm unhappy, the boss isn't treating us very well, there's no promotional prospect. We get any amount of reasons. If then they come back and they say, oh no, there is now a promotional prospect, I've been given more work, I've been given more responsibility, basically the reasons why they said they were leaving, not for us. We don't want to work with people.
Okay, so what would you then say? Let's say someone does get the job. What does the first day, the first month, the first 3 months look like?
It's the most important of their entire career. With us, that is. You get one chance to make a first impression, so make sure it counts. So it's all about having little daft things like having the email set up, having access to all. If you've got a learning management system for the procedures and processes, having the first week set up where they're going to be sitting with different people, having the expectations set and met, going through the induction.
Even senior people, like senior branch people and things like that.
Everybody. Nobody's too good to get trained. The better training you put in at the beginning, the more output you'll get, and the more will be correct, and then you won't get, I didn't know how to do that, I thought that was your job, I didn't believe I had to do that.
Good stuff, good stuff. Well, this is in chapter 2 of your book. As I said, in these series of 9 videos, we're going through the 9 chapters of John's new book, and I'll see you on the other side with part 3, where we talk about systemising your agency. So thanks very much, John.